Hello and welcome to Surveyor Says, the podcast from the National Society of Professional Surveyors. Each week, we bring you fascinating guests that are involved in the profession of surveying. My name is Tim Burch, and I'm the Executive Director for the National Society of Professional Surveyors and your host for the podcast. Subscribe to the podcast on most of your favorite streaming platforms, as well as our podcast host, Podbean. For more information about the podcast and NSPS, please visit our website, nsps.us.com. So, without further delay, here's our next episode of Surveyor Says, the NSPS Podcast. Hello and welcome to another episode of Surveyor Says. This is your host, Tim Burch. And yes, on the road again, in the studio for a little bit, but now on the road. We are in Sin City, Viva Las Vegas. We are at the Western Regional Survey Conference. It has been a great week. It's been a lot of fun. I think they said 1,300 people, something like that. It's been pretty big. And besides running across several students, several colleges that we've talked to in the past, I ran across somebody that we sat down with as part of the Cal Poly Pomona team back last year. And I ran into Kennedy again, and I got to tell you, I've been watching her go through the motions on LinkedIn and such. And so, Kennedy, when I saw that you were here, and like I said, it's been great to watch your college career morphing into your professional career. So when I saw you, I thought, you know what? I bet she has an interesting story that we can dive a little deeper into, because, like I said, the first impression I got of you was when you invited me to Cal Poly, came out there, you were co-chairing the conference, yes. And it was, let me just say this before we get into introductions. There's so much knock on the younger generations, Gen Z, Gen Alpha, all this stuff, and that you're introverted, you're standoffish, you don't like people, you don't like whatever. And I got to tell you, you were completely opposite of that. And and by the way, yeah, and your generation's lazy. And watching you and your fellow team members just buzzing around with that conference. Sorry, I don't know where people are getting that information, but anyway.
Yeah.
Kennedy Williams, welcome to the podcast. Tell us a little bit about yourself. I mean, where'd you grow up? How did you think about college? Yeah. All that good stuff.
Yeah, well, it's good to be back on here. Second time on the podcast. It's pretty cool. But yeah, well, like you said, I'm Kennedy. I am a fourth year senior at Cal Poly Pomona, graduating in May. Woohoo.
Yay!
But yeah, so I'm a civil engineering major with a geospatial emphasis. So the geospatial option at Cal Poly is dual accredited for civil engineering and land surveying. So that's kind of why I wanted to switch into it after I found out about land surveying. But yeah, so I am from Arizona originally. I chose Cal Poly kind of just on a whim. I figured out what major I wanted to choose. And so I applied to a couple schools for civil engineering, Cal Poly being one of them. And I got in, so I was like, I'll go here. There was no real reason or anything. But I did get a scholarship that made me able to not have to pay fully out-of-state tuition since I am not from California. So that was helpful, and that's why I kind of chose Cal Poly. And then, was general civil for my first year, and then I took surveying, because all general civil majors have to take the land surveying lecture and lab.
Oh, that's
so
good.
So I took that my second semester, my freshman year. So it was kind of like early on, took that class, and then it was my lab professor, actually, Carlos Urania. He's one of my professors and advisors now for the CLSA club.
Nice.
But yeah, so he's the one, he was kind of like nudging me to apply to be on the board because he saw I was going to the extra credit meetings. Our general meetings for the CLSA student chapter, a lot of the professors for the land surveying class, the intro class, offer extra credit to go to the general meetings because it gets more students there.
Sure.
And, they get something out of it, free points. in class. So yeah, I was going to those. He was like, yeah, I see you go to the meetings, but you don't really need it. Like, why are you doing, like, do you want to be more involved? And I was like, well, you know, I don't know. Like, I was just kind of like, maybe not. I don't know. I don't know if I want to do land surveying, like, whatever. I was just telling him the truth. But then every week in lab, he would just like ask me again. He's like, you know, it's still open. Like, they're still looking for people. So I was like, okay, what if I just apply? And so I applied, and before the applications were even due, I got an email saying that I was chosen. So I was secretary of the CPP CLSA chapter, student chapter, my sophomore year. And I was like, okay, like, this is fun, because I was in student council in high school, or ASB, or whatever people call it. So I was like looking to get involved on campus somewhere, but I didn't really know where. And so I was like, okay, this kind of fell into my lap, might as well just roll with it. So I was secretary, and then a couple of the board members that year were like, she's going to be president of the club next year. And I was like, I don't know, guys. I don't know if that's what I want to do, or if I'm cut out for it. And then by the end of the year, I had switched my major to the geospatial option, because I was like, I think I want to do surveying. So I was more like looking into that. And then I had a surveying internship lined up before the end of the year. So I was like, all right, I'm going to do the survey position for my internship, going to be doing the major, my geospatial option major. So then I'm like, might as well just take the president position. So I accepted the position, and I just kind of taken off from there. The president position, like being the president, I made a lot more connections. My name was out there a little bit more, and a lot of people recognized me because I was on the board 1 year previously. So it was kind of like, oh, you're here again, like, keep doing it. Nice seeing you again, whatever. So it's like, that's what's nice feedback at things like this. I like a lot of the California people here. I already know them, and then I've met a few people from Nevada, because I volunteered in Reno last year at the CLSA NALS conference. So yeah, it's just nice to see more people, and yeah, that's kind of a little bit about me.
Okay, I want to take a step back for a second, because the whole idea of getting into civil engineering to start with, where did that come from?
Yes. So in my senior year, or I guess, senior year, we had to kind of like choose. We were doing like, I think it was kind of like those tests, like personality or like whatever tests to like figure out. I think it was like an assignment in one of my classes senior year. So before, it was that summer, I was like looking into it, and then when school started, I was like, okay, I actually kind of need to decide now. So then I was taking some of those, talking to some people, talking to my family, being like, what do you guys think I should do? And they're like, well, it's your decision, like, you have to do it. I'm like, I don't know though, like, I don't know what I want to do for the rest of my life. Like, I'm only 18. Right. So I'm like, I got to decide, but I don't know. So then I kind of like was looking through, and I'm like, well, I want something that pays well. Like, I don't want to be, you know, struggling. And I was like, I'm like, I think I'm, you know, I could be cut out for it. So I was looking, and because my family was like, well, you're good at math, you're good at science. And I'm like, well, am I really? But yeah, I liked math. Like, math was my favorite subject in school. It was more science that was kind of like the iffier one. But I was like, okay. So I looked into civil engineering. I'm like, all right, this seems like I wanted to help somebody. Like, I wanted to help people, but don't want to do doctor, not into the blood or any of that. So I was like, what is something that I could do that's still helpful, but not like, you know, medical. And so I like found civil engineering, because I'm like, okay, it's everywhere. Like, I really like like, you know, architecture. I like looking at buildings and things like that. So my mom was the one who told me to look into architecture, but at Cal Poly, architecture is a 5-year program, like off the bat. And I was like, no, I want to do 4 years. And so technically civil engineering is a 4-year program at Cal Poly, but a lot of people do it in 5 or 6 or however long. I came in with a couple of credits, was able to get a bit of a head start, and then take packed semesters every semester, and graduating in 4 years. So meeting that goal at least. But yeah, so it was kind of just like asking around, and then found civil engineering because my mom told me about architecture, and I was like, So I was like, this is kind of like design-esque, but not fully architecture. So I was like, yeah, so I settled on civil engineering, and I didn't really know what I was getting myself into.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I always ask because there's this big thing about, well, we don't talk about surveying in high schools and this and that, whatever. And I'm just curious. I was just curious to hear it from your perspective.
Yeah.
It's not like civil engineering is beaten down, into every student's head.
No.
I mean, there's doctors, lawyers, firemen, astronauts, all that type of stuff.
Yeah.
And I don't know if you know this, but you're a girl. You're not supposed to go into engineering. But
Oh, yes.
Oh well, you did anyway.
Yes, yeah. Well, no one in my family is in engineering at all, so I kind of when I was looking to go to school, it was kind of like I was having to decide fully. There were so
Okay.
many options. I could have done anything, and yeah, honestly, when I chose it, I didn't really think about it like that. And then I got to school and I was like, okay, I'm the only girl in most of my classes. This is weird. And so I was like, yeah, honestly, it was mostly fine. People don't really say anything in class or anything like
Right.
that. But yeah, it's kind of just if there's another girl in the class, you're probably going to be paired up with her, or we make eye contact in the classes, and it's
Right.
okay, we recognize each other. But yeah, so it's yeah, I don't know.
Well, that's good. And I jokingly say that because to me, it's any young woman that I come across, actually some of the better surveyors I've ever worked with are female. And the whole idea that, this is a man's world, this is a man's profession, it drives me bonkers because of everything your viewpoint brings to the table. So I'm glad you didn't let that dissuade you from civil engineering.
Me too. Yeah, I mean, I've heard other people have different experiences, but especially when I joined the CBP club for CLSA, it was a very welcoming community. A lot of the board members, it was kind of half and half, boys and girls. And so it was this is a good place to be. And then all the events for CLSA that I've been to, it's yes, there are a lot of men there, but it's it's not, I don't know, they don't make it a point to
Yes.
say it like that. It's just I'm there,
Yes.
and they're happy that I'm there as a student and as a woman.
That's good. All right, so let's talk about CPP. What is it that you like most about the program? What classes, what activities, what in the curriculum you're taking, what's been I really like this?
Yeah, honestly, I don't know if I have a favorite class per se.
You can have several.
Yeah, I'm the one thing that I like the most about our program and Cal Poly Pomona in general is the learn by doing aspect of it. I think now it's become by doing. We kind of changed, we rebranded a little bit, but still same thing. Just
Sure.
We are very hands-on. Every major in every program is like that. And so for our program, civil engineering and surveying, it's really nice to get that hands-on experience already. Because I had my first survey internship a couple years ago, and I did that internship before I took any of my survey classes. So I was in the field in the summer doing that, and then I come to class in the fall after completing that internship, and I was taking my first surveying class, which was photogrammetry. And in my internship, we had a drone, so I kind of was exposed to that before.
Okay.
And then took the photogrammetry class, and I was like, oh, so this is what my coworker was doing, because I basically was just working with an in-house surveyor at a company.
Sure.
And so it was just me and him. I was just his little helper, and so he was doing the drone processing and the drone planning and stuff. But I was
Sure.
just kind of there with him, his second pair of eyes and things like that. So yeah, it was nice to go to class and be oh, this is what he was actually doing, and it's like that in the real world, not just for class. It's not just busy work or anything like that. So I like how a lot of it has been very much, I guess, relevant to what we're going to be doing in our actual jobs.
Good. So so it did. There was some crossover.
For sure.
It like I said, it made it relevant.
Yeah, and that was just the first class. So I took the survey internship, and then I had that class right after. But a couple of the classes I feel have been super beneficial. I took satellite surveying last year, I think, and that was our GPS class, and that was really
Right.
cool because I worked with GPS in my first internship as well. So that was cool to really get into the details of GPS and satellite surveying. And then also subdivisions was a good one. That was a very big
yes.
civil 3D class, and we don't have we're just expected to kind of learn it on our way. And so it's kind of I did get some more CAD skills in my internship because I was doing civil 3D, and
good, good.
he was kind of if we don't have anything to do, you can just play around in civil 3D, just get experiment with the commands, just learn how to use it. And so I kind of did that, and I felt more comfortable with it. But then I come back to school and didn't really use Civil 3D in my classes, so I was like, oh, I need to practice. Like, I just need to do it on the off time. But yeah, so subdivisions was helpful because a lot of Civil 3D exposure. But yeah, so those are a few classes.
Oh, that's great. All right, so you're graduating in May.
Yes.
What's the plan? What's the goal, I should say?
Yes.
What do you have plans afterwards already?
Yes. So I'm currently interning right now. I started in January with Conway Geomatics. So I'm working there as an intern 2 days a week because I have 2 days where I don't have class, like during work hours.
Nice.
So I work 2 8-hour days, just getting a little bit of internship in during the school year. And then after I graduate, I want to take a little bit of time off, but then start full time. I just need a little bit of a break. I want to take a break from school and everything.
Yeah, you deserve
and
it.
just relax for a bit before I have to start working every day for forever.
Well, yes.
Which I'm excited. Like, I'm ready to do that. It's just I do want to just take a break for a second. But yeah, so my plan is to start with them probably near the end or mid of the summer. And yeah, just start working there full time.
Yep, staying in California?
Yes, so they're in California, Conway Geomatics. So yeah, I'll still be in California, which I'm excited about. I'm excited to stay. And then, the reason why I kind of chose Conway is because they are, I can do field work and office, and I wanted to be able to do both, at the same time, not okay, you're going to be in the field for a year and then the office after that, or something like that. It's kind of everyone in the office is able to do both.
That is excellent. I mean, that to me makes such a more well-rounded surveyor that...
For sure.
Yes, you're collecting the data, but then you're able to put it in and realize, well, that's the reason we shoot this way, and and so that's excellent.
Yeah, I mean, I just got lucky in my first survey internship. I was working in Arizona, but I was working with an in-house survey team at a general contractor. So I was working with him, and that was kind of I was just following him. So he just would go out to the field to whatever project was needing him, and then he would just come back to the office. So it was I got that exposure of okay, you can go to the office and the field in the same day, and I really liked that because it was I'm doing it,
nice,
doing both of them all the time, which I like.
So when you graduate, are you going to be dual degreed, or
it's one degree? It's just the it's the civil engineering major with the geospatial emphasis.
Okay.
It's just dual ABET accredited
Sure.
for each surveying and civil engineering. So it's kind of 2 degrees in one because it is both accreditations, but it's not. It's just one civil engineering degree.
You'll be able to sit for both tests.
Yes, that's what it means.
Perfect. So I assume you want to keep your foot a little bit in civil engineering?
Yes, I mean, that's the plan right now. I mean, my kind of plan is surveying right now, but it's just that's why I chose the major. It's I can do both. And so it's there's always that, I can go back to civil engineering if I wanted to.
Oh, well, that's excellent.
Yes.
Well, and it just opens up that many more possibilities.
Exactly, yeah. Right now I'm taking my last civil engineering major elective, and I chose structural analysis, and it's been a while since I've taken those classes, and I'm kind of ooh, why did I do this? But it's it's preparing me if I wanted to take the FE and and get my EIT. So I don't think that's going to happen before I graduate, but I could take it,
Sure.
eventually.
Sure.
So.
Well, let me ask you this. You talked about the one subdivision class that you really liked.
Mm-hmm.
I got to believe that pairing that up with the civil engineering side, I mean, it really makes it come together.
No, for sure. That class was very I had a professor the semester before I took that class be even if you're not geospatial, because it's a geospatial emphasis class. Thank you. It's a geospatial emphasis class that's required for us as subdivisions, but I had a class, I think it was water resources. My professor was even if you're not geospatial, or even if you're not interested in land surveying, subdivisions is a great class to take because it's civil 3D. It's probably what a lot of people are going to be doing as civil engineers. So it's you need to be good at civil 3D regardless if you're doing surveying or not. So she encouraged a lot of people who were not the geospatial option to take that class.
Very
so
good.
I think it would be helpful for.
Well, it sounds like
General.
you're positioning yourself for a lot of potential success. So kudos to you for that.
Thank you. That's what I tried to do. I worked really hard in college to hopefully, like, I didn't want to be struggling to find a job after,
Right.
like, near the end of graduation. So my goal for myself was to have a job before the end of first semester for my senior year, and I had a job in December, so.
Well, that's excellent. I do want to go back to the college experience because one thing that like I said, there were several facets that impressed me about the way you've presented yourself all along. Talk to me about scholarships. And there's so many scholarships that go unfilled nationwide every year. Are they that hard to apply for?
No, they're definitely not hard to apply for. It's just, honestly, there's probably some out there that I don't even know about, and I probably could have, applied to more and just didn't know about them.
Right.
But yeah, I mean, we tell our students to apply. Like, there's our general, like, I think they call it Scholarship Fest for CPP. It's like, there's CPP scholarships, which we tell our students to apply to those, but then we're like, there's a lot of scholarships out there that are not within CPP, and it's just a direct check to you, and so it's like, that's a little bit more enticing, probably. But yeah, so we really emphasize the Education Foundation, CLSA scholarships. So I think every year we've had like more and more CPP students apply to that, which is great to see. But yeah, there's definitely, I think when I started, so when I was on the board my sophomore year, it was kind of like, I think that was like, they're awarding multiple scholarships to the same people. I had only been on the board for that first semester, and then I applied to that scholarship, and I won money, and I was like, I don't even feel like I know what I'm doing. I just wrote a little essay and submitted it, but because I applied, you get some money. So it's just like, yeah, there's definitely opportunity out there, and I don't know how we really, get students to know about all of them, but we try our best to get like all the, we broadcast them at our general meetings. We were like, hey, scholarship's coming up, tell them about it, because I know there's like ACEC for California and the national, because I got a big scholarship for that, which was really nice for this year and paid my tuition, so I was grateful for that. But yeah, so there's lots of opportunity out there.
Okay, well, you heard it here first. Students that are thinking about it and go, oh, I don't want to fill out the paperwork.
It's not too bad.
It's worth it.
It's worth it.
It's really worth it.
Yes.
And you really need to do it.
Yes.
All right, well, I want to jump back out to okay, so you're going to graduate, you're going to go to work.
Yeah.
Any short-term goals, plans?
Yeah, I mean, another thing about the company that I like is I think they have like 90-day check-in meetings with us. So we'll like meet, set goals, and then after 90 days, we kind of like check in on that. So right now, my goal is to get my LSIT, and so I'm taking the FS in April. So I need to start studying for that, or keep studying.
Yes.
But yeah, so I'll be studying for that, taking it in April, mid-April, hopefully have that before I graduate, and then I'll graduate in May. And the plan is to just work and get some experience so that I can become licensed. So I'm gonna try to take the PS as soon as I can, just so that I'm like still fresh.
Keep it fresh.
Yeah, and like into that studying, because I know literally everyone says about like the studying just gets harder and you don't want to take the test and you just keep putting it off, and it's like, yeah, I don't want to do that. So yeah, so that's my main goal, is just get licensed as soon as possible.
Okay.
So I mean, at least I guess 2 or 3 years from now, hopefully be PLS. So.
And then take over the world.
Yes, of course.
Okay. Okay.
But yeah, so that's like, I guess, short term. I don't know if short term is what, a year, 2 years.
Yeah, well, it's subjective. So yeah, it's as far out as you want it to be.
Well, in 1 month, my goal is to have my, take the FS exam. But
good for you.
Yeah, so those are the, that's what the future's looking like.
Well, don't need to wish you luck, because you've really shown pretty tenacious when it comes to getting what you want. And going after it, which is really, really good. Okay, so you're going to roll out of college. Any thoughts about being involved with the Young Surveyors Network? Yeah.
So I've actually attended a few of the YSN events already for the Orange County chapter, I believe it was.
Nice.
So I know Emily. I don't think.
Yes.
I'm assuming you would know her. But yeah, so it's been nice to meet some of those people. I met them first at our geomatics conference this year. So in September, I had met them, and then I think it was like a couple weeks after the conference was their OC YSN event, so I went to that with another board member, and so that was cool. Just, you know, it was like I had never been to a YSN event before, so it was like nice to see some people getting together. But it's, I don't know, it's such a small community, so it's like I've seen all these people before already, and it's just like, yeah, there's different organizations, but it's all the same people, because we're all, you know,
right.
It's just surveying. So a lot of those people that I saw at the OCYSN event, I've seen at either OC or Riverside San Bernardino CLSA events as well. So yeah, but my goal is to definitely stay involved with either YSN, CLSA, and my company is involved in ACEC, so like they are involved with that. So it's kind of like I'm already like a blanket member of that. It's just kind of like up to me if I go to the events or not.
Sure.
And I did attend actually the ACEC California conference. I think it was last month in February. So yeah, just planning to stay involved for sure.
That's excellent. Well, you have the right personality, you have the right temperament, and like I said, my first impression getting to meet you and deal with you at the CPP conference was an eye-opener. That you know, it was really nice to see the students taking charge of that conference.
Yeah, I mean, our professors really like to emphasize that it's like very much student-run, student-led for the Geomatics conference.
Definitely.
And especially the day of, we are very much busy bees running around, you know, making sure everyone's on track, everyone's in the right place, everything's running smoothly. So yeah, that was it was actually really fun, because that was my like third and final time doing it. So it's like I was the one kind of more in charge that day, but the other previous years I was just kind of the one, I was helping out, but I wasn't like, it wasn't my event that I was planning, you know. So it was like my first conference that I actually, you know, was the leader in planning with my co-conference chair, Fernando. So, yeah.
No, it was really nice to see how well you all worked together, and just it all blended and everything went so smoothly. And then to sit and have that wonderful chat afterwards on that podcast.
Yeah. It was great. We all appreciated the offer. We were all like, whoa, yeah, let's be on the podcast. So,
well, it's been great to see Cal Poly come into the student competitions and seeing how, you know, and doing well and enjoying their time out there.
Yes.
So it's been a lot of fun getting to know you and your fellow students.
Yeah, I mean, we've gotten lucky every year, or at least the years I've been on the boards, the past 2 years and this year, we've just had great students. Like I've loved to meet all of my fellow board members, and obviously at the start of the year when we first are on the board together, it's like I don't really know them yet, but then it's like we grow along with each other throughout the year, and then some of us stay on the board, and so it's like either people that are graduating, obviously they leave, but some of the people who choose to come back on the board, it's like, okay, we already know each other, we already know how to do this, let's teach the other people how to do it too.
Do you attribute some of that willingness, I guess, to really bond and work together to the faculty that's there?
For sure. I think our advisors are like they're super awesome. So they're very encouraging, and then also like they just want us to do well and succeed. So they're just like, you guys, they're very grateful that we want to be on the board, and they're grateful for like our dedication, I guess. So it's like, yeah, I definitely attribute some of that to them. Well,
that's great. I mean, everything about the program, everything about watching you and your fellow classmates just kind of grow and blossom into this next generation that we so desperately need for the profession. I keep saying things are looking up. So, and this is great. Okay, well, I got to leave you with my last question that I always ask. How does the future of surveying look to you, considering you're getting ready to jump out with both feet?
I know, right? Yeah, I mean, I feel like every conference or any event, I guess, it's always like, I feel like the technology is just rapidly growing. But honestly, one thing that I feel good about is that I feel like nothing can really replace it. Like, surveying isn't going away. So it's like, I feel good that like choosing a career path that's like secure and solid, and it's like someone is always going to have to be there, and it's like I'm getting right into it, and there's at least everyone that I talk to says like, you know, everyone's either retiring or leaving, like they're not working anymore. So it's like I have some positions to fill. So it's like,
Right.
I'm grateful to have some job security.
Well, the future is bright anyway.
For sure.
But you've definitely paved a nice road in front of you. So
That was the plan. So
yes. Well, good luck with the FS.
thank you.
Congrats on the pending graduation.
Yes, it's almost here.
And do take some time off and
Just relax for a minute.
and chill.
Yeah, I mean, I think everyone's like, you'll be so bored. And I'm like, well, maybe I need that. Because in college, I don't think I was bored at all. I was always busy.
Well, good.
So,
Good.
yeah, like just classes were hard, a lot of homework, a lot of studying, and then obviously the board commitment is another thing, and just other involvements on campus. I'm an RA this year, so it's like, got to be in charge of the dorm. So, yeah, just I'm like ready to just have nothing. It's going to feel weird for sure, but it's like I just need to be, maybe it's good to be uncomfortable with that for a minute and just take a break.
Being bored is underrated.
Yes.
So I hope you enjoy it.
Yeah, at least for a little bit, couple months of summer, just nothing to do, and then I'll get back in.
Well, good. Well, it's been fun getting to know you, seeing you at a couple of different places, showing up here and seeing you and buzzing around and staying busy and doing all these things.
Somehow I'm always everywhere. I don't know. It's nice to come to these things and see people, and then people say I'm busy. So
Yes. Well, if it's not any problem picking you out of the crowd. You're the one that's always smiling.
Yes, I try to stay, happy. I make everybody smile too. Saying hello
Yes.
to them with a smile on their face,
Yes.
they instantly are a little bit happier too.
Well, good.
So.
Can we clone you?
Oh, I don't know about that.
We could use an army of Kennedys out there, and we'll just spread you across the country.
Oh yeah, it can only be in one place.
There you go. Well, thank you for joining me. I appreciate this.
Thank you for inviting me.
So this has been a ball, and I can't wait to keep watching you climb those
I know,
ladders.
like that's one good thing about LinkedIn, I guess. It's like you can just see what everyone's doing wherever they're at, professional-wise.
So, well, mark my words. I'm going to invite you back on here when you're doing your next thing or chairing your next group or doing whatever. We're gonna check in with Kennedy and see how that little career path's going.
Yeah, when I'm a little bit more experienced, hopefully it's.
When you're in LS.
Yeah.
Excellent.
That'll be awesome.
Well, very good. Well, thanks again for coming and chatting with me, because this is the best part of my job.
Podcast.
Is sitting down. Is sitting down and talking to wonderful people that I hate the word influencers.
Yeah.
But it, in essence, that's what we're trying to do. We're trying to influence people to get into the profession, to do the right thing, to do these things. No, we're not selling anything, but it's always good to have these conversations, and hopefully we influence somebody. So.
Yes.
All right, well, that'll wrap it up for this episode of Surveyor Says. Wherever you listen to the podcast, hit that subscribe button, and we'll talk to you soon. Thanks. You've been listening to Surveyor Says, the NSPS Podcast, brought to you by the National Society of Professional Surveyors. If you have any questions about today's episode or any other topic, please email us at info@nsps.us.com, as we are here to help. Subscribe to the podcast on most of your favorite streaming platforms, as well as our podcast host, Podbean. For more information about the podcast and NSPS, please visit our website, nsps.us.com. And remember, it's a great day to be a surveyor.